First, let's review everything that we have learned about committing up to this point. We learned that a file needs to be added to a repository before individual changes to the file can be tracked. We add a file by moving it from the unstaged area to the staged area. After previewing and making sure that we like the changes we are about to save, we add a message explaining what we have done and commit this update to the repository. As we make changes on the file, we can commit these individual changes to the repository, or discard the changes, or delete the file. All of these changes are saved in the repository when we commit them. We can see the list of commits in the Tree Explorer. Up to this point, what you have learned will benefit you greatly as a programmer, as you will be able to restore the file back to any previous time if you find that what you have done is a mistake. But the most valuable part of Git is its ability to share your code effectively with other people on your team. We will learn how to do that in this tutorial. First, we remember that this Git repository is located in two places. It is located on your local machine, but it is also located on a remote server. In this case, our remote server is GitHub. The remote server is also known as the origin, meaning the origin from which we cloned and downloaded this repository. If two team members clone the same repository, wouldn't it be nice if team member A could copy over all the commits that team member B made to their repository? This is possible by pulling and pushing your commits to the remote origin. Let's say that we have, in this case, team member A has committed 3 times, and team member B has not committed at all. In order for team member B to get the commits from team member A, team member B must do the following. Right-click your local branch on the left-hand side of SourceTree. Until you learn about branching later, just remember that the default branch for every repository is master. Click on Pull from Origin/Master. This will pull from the origin the latest commits on the server. In this case, nothing is new from the server for team member B, but it is important to get in the habit of pulling before you push, because most of the time, Git will require you to do so if you don't have the latest stuff. Right-click on the branch again and click on Push to Origin/Master. This may take some time because Git is going to send all the commits that you have in your repository to the remote server. All the commits, that is, since you last pushed your branch to the server. Now the remote server has the latest code from team member A. Team member B can get those latest changes by right-clicking on the local branch master on the right-hand side of SourceTree, clicking on Pull option. This will download the latest commits and automatically commit them to this user's local repository. It is that simple. Now both team members are looking at the same code. To review what has just happened, I will demonstrate another example. After getting the latest code, team member B makes a change to the code. To get this change down to team member A, team member B pulls from the origin, pushes to the origin. Then team member A pulls from the origin. The process of pulling, then pushing is the way that you will learn to live as you collaborate with other team members on the project. You will notice their commits now show up in the Tree Explorer, and you can see their username and message attached to each commit. You don't have to pull and push with every commit. You can push and pull multiple commits at a time. You should do this frequently in order to ensure that you are working off the latest and greatest code. Once you have pushed or pulled a branch once, SourceTree will then keep track of the differences between your local repository and the remote repository, and will tell you if there are updates waiting for you on the remote server, or if your local repository has updates that are not yet on the remote server. Remember that the remote server is the common access point between you and your team members.